Water is a basic necessity, but for many of the residents in the city of Johannesburg, this commodity has become rare over the last years, with outages every single day this year alone in some area of the city. Here in the south of Johannesburg, residents in Robertsham have been struggling since last year.
The reality here is our taps run dry for days on end. Our residents get affected, the businesses get affected. No one is untouched.
We have 14 to 21 to 28 days with no water, and we just get no resolution out of anybody.
Water is very important for us with cooking and, bathing and things. So, yeah, I'll see with this flu that we're having now, the issue with the flu, we need the water very much.
The lack of running water has impacted the community vastly.
The real problem here is that it's not only the residents, but the factories. We lose business in our areas. People lose their jobs because of the water crisis. And there is no solutions.
You've got to have basic water, even grey water you need, because you've got to obviously get rid of your toilet. You've got to keep your toilet going. You can't have a house full of nonsense, because it creates disease, it creates unhealthiness.
Most of the time people get ill, they drink water and they say it is from the reservoir that's not clean. I don't know how much truth lies in that. While the city of Johannesburg provides water tankers, there's only a limited number to service the entire area. For the elderly and those living with disabilities, the hardship is even worse.
We are getting totally frustrated, and especially the disabled. They cannot go and collect a bucket of water from a water tanker.
The old age village, old people that are reliant on water, and they're old. They can't go to the water tanks to have their buckets filled. Many discussions were had with various stakeholders, but a year on, there's been no resolution.
There was no real reasons given. Then it is lightning that struck the Eikenhof towers, and then it is faulty pipes, but there's no solutions. And I personally don't feel that is the truth, because there is a fundamental problem. Either we get throttled that we're not aware of, either there's water shedding that we're not aware of. There is a third force behind this. This is our feeling on the ground.
We've got a major problem with the towers due to the fact that we have a system that's an old infrastructure system, which Joburg Water and Rand Water Board are not sitting together and coming together with solutions. A community has spoken, councillors have spoken to and had many meetings, and at the end of the day, they're still not coming up, and they keep on referring back to the city hasn't got a budget, they haven't got a budget to do any of the infrastructure changes.
We were able to bring the mayor here to our offices. Mr. Kabelo Komanda, he came with his team, some engineers from Johannesburg Water, and conversations were had with members of the communities, with the councillors, to basically try and see a way forward. There was a task team that was formed, and in that task team, it was the community members themselves who would choose members of the community who would be part of the task team, with the councillors and the team basically that made up by the mayor to try and solve this issue. So I think that's one thing that we can say it was a step in the right direction. Following up on that, the community did come back to us. They did say now it was just mute. They were not getting any kind of feedback. Meetings were no longer being had. But for some time there seemed to be progress with regards to water. But I think it was temporary, short-lived, as you can see that, afterwards it came back.
This community has been left frustrated, and they feel forgotten as their taps continue to drip dry. Hasina Gori, SABC News, Robertsham.